Welcome back to the Seaside community. Let's get right into it, because today's explainer explores something genuinely fascinating. We are analyzing the comprehensive development logs and the strategic manifesto of exocore 2026. Now, this isn't some heavily funded Silicon Valley startup, okay? This is a brilliant, gritty, boots-on-the-ground exercise in asymmetrical edge computing, built by John, the creator of the Seaside channel. Honestly, if modern tech ever feels a bit overwhelming, this zero-budget architecture is absolutely going to change your perspective.
Okay, let's dive into this. We've got a highly structured system map for today's deep dive. We'll start with the 20-year hiatus, move into the zero-cost multi-AI stack, look at the exocore architecture itself, discuss the May triumph, check out the June R&D roadmap, and finally wrap up with future passive income.
All right, Section 1, the 20-year hiatus. To really appreciate this system, you have to understand the builder. John holds a Bachelor of Science in Computing from right around 1999. We're talking about the era of strictly procedural programming, basic network sockets, early foundational computer science theory. But after getting that degree, John never actually entered the tech industry. He took a massive 20-year hiatus. Now returning to programming in 2026, he is fast-tracking his relevance by taking that rock-solid 1990s foundational knowledge and smashing it together with modern AI collaboration to conquer today's event-driven paradigms. It's an incredible underdog story. And the gritty, hands-on ethos of exocore is beautifully captured in this simple quote from the developer logs. Not done ever. John treats this architecture not as a finite product with some strict launch date, but as a living, continuously evolving workspace. It's basically a permanent laboratory where legacy theory meets cutting-edge execution. Moving right along to Section 2, the zero-cost multi-AI stack.
Okay, guys. This is where it gets incredibly cool. This very audio explainer you are listening to right now, it is an active, live meta demonstration of the exocore automation engine. At work, no joke. John specifically tasked the Notebook LM layer of his AI stack to act as the automated content creator and documentarian. The fact that you're hearing this analysis literally means the system is successfully running itself, completely freeing John up to focus purely on core design and logic. How awesome is that?
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how strictly defined these roles are. This isn't just randomly asking a chatbot to write some code. It's a highly tactical, zero-overhead corporate structure. Gemini acts as the systems engineer, doing the high-level blueprinting and multi-node config. Claude is the lead programmer, tackling complex code refactoring. Qwen runs locally as the on-device guard for offline edge node data security. And Notebook LM, as we just saw, is the content creator. One man operating as a full elite development team for zero financial cost.
All right, Section 3, the exocore architecture.
Let's shift our focus to the gritty hardware reality of how these tools actually communicate on the edge. In this visual map, you can see a custom web interface injecting a task, pushing it up via HTTPS from a Dell laptop to a Telegram cloud broker. That broker then broadcasts it down to the brain of the operation, a highly constrained Samsung A05 smartphone edge node, before it's logged back to a local database. The pragmatism here is just deeply inspiring. We have Node Alpha, the main Dell Inspiron 13 laptop running a local Python environment. But the true star of the show is Node Beta, a Samsung A05 smartphone with a measly 4 GB of RAM running a Termux edge node. And the absolute kicker? The phone has a completely broken touchscreen. So John just bypasses it entirely using an OTG hardware keyboard and treats the phone as a rugged, headless command line unit. That is pure, unapologetic engineering resourcefulness.
Which brings us to Section 4, the May triumph.
Let's methodically trace the exact path of the exocore system task injected payload to make this abstract networking tangibly real. This was a major technical milestone hit at the end of May. Step 1. The payload originates in the laptop WED UI. Step 2. It's injected into the Telegram cloud broker. Step 3. A persistent Python telethon listener running in Termux on that Samsung A05 instantly intercepts it. And finally, Step 4. The data is seamlessly logged directly into an absolute path-isolated SQLite database on the phone.
So, the crucial point is zero. Absolutely zero data loss. That is the exact number of data packets dropped during this complex, end-to-end, multi-node transmission.
Take a look at the Status 200 OK badge right there on the slide.
This is the ultimate validation of John's asymmetrical architecture. He proved that a decentralized system running lightweight software stacks on legacy hardware can actually achieve enterprise-grade routing stability.
Moving forward, Section 5, the June R&D Roadmap.
So what's next? These objectives are intensely grounded and hands-on. He's clearing out terminal warnings by standardizing time zone-aware UTC formats. He's building a responsive CSS grid dashboard to visualize his data. He is actively porting his 1999 procedural logic concepts into modular Python classes. And really interestingly, he's automating a script to feed raw guitar audio into the Librosa library to output frequency data directly into the exocore queue. This is real, gritty, hands-on engineering work.
And finally, Section 6, Future Passive Income.
And this brilliantly illustrates how this isn't just a technical hobby, it's a deliberate journey toward a production-ready system. Once that underlying task queue is stable, it gets weaponized into 3 specific vectors. Phase 1 targets the Google Play Store, using the Samsung Node to deploy lightweight Android apps for ad revenue. Phase 2 leverages local processing chains to assemble and publish automated ebooks straight to Kindle. Phase 3 transitions the automation engine to entirely script, voice, and edit niche-specific YouTube channels autonomously. It's a total masterclass in strategic digital scaling.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question for everyone watching in the Seaside community today. What will you build with your own zero-cost, AI-leveraged stack? John proved that a 20-year knowledge gap is just a minor obstacle to bypass. With a smart division of labor, some old hardware from a drawer, and a not-done-ever mindset, the barriers to entry have literally vanished. So grab an old phone, spin up a local server, start delegating to your AI team, and get to engineering. Thanks so much for exploring the exocore logs with me today, and I'll see you in the next explainer.